What's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Fanatic at soundsforproducers.com. Welcome to another video. It's a beat tutorial, basically a beat breakdown of a special project that I did. So it's on the creepy side. It has some different type of elements, but I like the way it came out. So anyway, just love to share, and hopefully you learned something in the video, and hopefully you can use that into your own beats. Check it out. Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Fanatic at soundsforproducers.com. Welcome to this beat breakdown video. Notice there's not much going on, well, according to the eye, but when you listen to it, there's a lot of build up in this beat, and just simplicity added on over time brings out some more complexity. So I'll let you hear it. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that sub button as well as the bell so you get to see the videos coming up for the channel, and also give it a thumbs up if you feel in the video. Oh yeah, and shout out to everybody, man, showing love on Instagram. Make sure you follow us at Sounds for Producers on Instagram, and as well as our subscribers, you know, that are subscribing to the channel and checking out the videos. Definitely appreciate you. And for those that are purchasing the loop packs and also making music with the free loop packs, make sure you link us in so that way we can repost your work. Always love to show love to other producers, especially when you're making something really dope. So speaking of dope, let's jump into this video. This actually is for TV project, and it's more on the scary side. It's supposed to be like for a horror flick or slash, I don't know, like creepy movie or whatever, or scene. Notice it doesn't look too complex visually, but as time, I mean, like I said earlier, as it progresses, it makes some pretty dope stuff. So let me know what you think of it. Just put it in the comments or whatever. So I started out with a very interesting sound and played a very creepy melody. I'll play that. So notice it's an extra layered sound. It has a lot going on, and that melody just has this eerie sound to it. And again, this is like for a film project, so it's not formatted for like a rapper or artist. It's more for like climatic theme or whatever. So after that, added some really cool chords here. It's like a vocal string, so I'll play that. And I forgot to mention, at the beginning of the sound, there's almost like a percussion sound, like a thunder that happens when you when the sound initiates. And I thought that was so cool, because you have the sound swelling over time, like getting louder and louder, but it has a lot of movement. But in the middle, I mean, right at the beginning, it almost sounds like drums or like a thunder sound. So it's kind of cool. It sounds pretty dry by itself, but this is what I meant by having pretty complex sounds stacked on top of each other, and you have the plucks going on, you know, in a pattern 1, and then you have these long string slash vocal pad sounds. So that's a contrast there. You want to make sure, I mean, in your beats you can always have contrast, like plucks, like short sounding instruments contrasting with long instruments like steady pads or, you know, strings or whatever. So it's good to have some diversity in your music. That way it kind of stands out more. So not every beat's the same, so I'm not saying do it that way, but you know, you might want to consider it. Try it out with some of your production and see what you think and how it comes out. So these two together sounds like this. So it already sounds pretty dope with just those sounds right there. So the next thing was like this melody that was going on in my head that I added on top of it. It's almost an annoying sound, so I'm not going to play it too long. That way, you know, you're not annoyed to death in this video. So check it out. So kind of have that repeating throughout. I can play it with the other instruments. So that's what it sounds like. So as you can tell, you know, just from that first short sounding instrument to the long string pads, and then you have like this melody over top, it's sounding pretty full. And also there's a little switch up, there's an inversion of the same chord in the strings from pattern 2 to pattern 3. And notice the structure, you look at it, it's just pretty much a step. I just added an instrument every 8 bars, I believe. So you can do that with pretty much anything, but this type of project is a very special project for like I mentioned. So it's not a typical verse, chorus, intro, whatever. So after that, I added like a underlining tension. I use the same instrument as this, but I added a lower frequency, and I'll play that by itself. And if it starts jumping around again, I'll probably just turn off the master effects. And at the end, I actually just raised it up an octave, I think, maybe an octave or two. So nothing too difficult, but when you add it all together, you get this. So you get the idea. Came out pretty cool. And last but not least, I'm gonna let that play right into some drums I added to it. It's a pretty like strong, steady rhythm where it's almost like a marching rhythm, but it adds a lot of energy to it. And I think I use Contact 5 for that. So yeah, I'm gonna play this into the drums and just let you hear the ending. So let me actually turn off the master effects because the drums take a lot of processing. Let me just, boom, there we go. So this is what it sounds like. My bad, you might have to turn it up a little bit, or I'll fix it in post-production, but the volume will be down just a little bit because I turned off the master effects. Here comes the drums. So you get the idea, a lot of intensity there. After that, I did like a little breakdown and then finish it off. So I'll play that for you. was having fun with that ending. I thought I'll bring back the main melody and just play it by itself. Sometimes I like to do that with my beats or instrumentals or special projects like this, because bringing back the original idea at the end kind of really puts a stamp on it. To make these little markers, just Alt-T, and you can move them around, and right click and you can rename them and do some other features too. So for this, what else I was going to tell you? There's something else I was going to tell you about this beat. Well, it's not a beat. It's just a musical piece, a musical work, because it's not intended for an artist. But I do like how it came out. And, you know, you should trust your gut. You know, like when you hear a melody, like for instance, this melody right here, I just kept singing it in my head. Like I was like, yeah, I want to make something a little creepy. So find those notes that are in your head, and then you can build up around that. You know, you can start making chords and find the keys and the helpers, and trust your gut as far as like your intuition. You know, you don't feel like you have to make stuff like everyone else, because you're unique, and you're a producer, and you're a unique producer, and no one's going to make a beat like you. So, you know, trust your gut with that. And what else? I was going to tell you something about this video. It's slipping my mind. But like I said earlier, contrast is really good. Having short instruments, long instruments, and you know, sometimes you can use the same plugins or whatever, and just go with different octaves. That helps with processing power too. You can use the same instruments, same sounds, and try different things with. That'll be a good challenge actually, because I used to do that as warm-ups. I would take the same instrument and see how many different melodies I can make with it, and you would never know that that's the same instrument. I had a lot of, you know, compliments on a lot of pieces that I've done with the same instrument throughout the whole beat. But you can always use processing and change things, you know, shape the sound a little bit or whatever. So, you know, definitely experiment. Don't feel like, you know, you have to do things the way everyone else is doing, and thus this type of beat tutorial, because I actually haven't ran across anyone that's doing TV film beats actually. So, you know, I definitely like to show you different things that will inspire you, and also just teach you different techniques, and hopefully give you something of value. So if you did like the video and you want to show your support, you want to show some love, definitely hit the subscription button, click the bell as well, so that we get to see more videos, and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to be yourself and continue to make dope stuff. DJ Fanatic of soundsforproducers.com. Oh yeah, and definitely I'll have the free loop pack in the description, as well as some other items for you. Keep making dope stuff, y'all. Peace.